Alright. So we're live now.
What about the picture?
It is what it is.
Oh.
It wouldn't let me reset it, so yeah. So let me get everything else set up. As you ready to go woof with your hand.
Did you change it on there?
Maybe. Let's see.
Up.
Alright guys, just bear with us just a second. We're trying to finish getting everything set up here.
Maui. You can just pick any picture.
Yeah, thinking about it. Let's go back that one up here.
Well, it's fine. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Okay, got some more people in here. So hi everyone. Alright, yeah. Yeah, let me do this so we can see this as well. Got a couple more people in the chat. There's or on with us. There's up to 6 now, so that's good. We'll get started in just a moment. We're just gonna let some more people have time to kind of join us. But for those of you who are here right now, we have some questions we're going to answer today, and we'll kind of give you an update since the last live vlog we did.
Yeah.
The last live vlog we did was, I was just looking, it was back in January of 2019.
Yeah, it was when, right after we got engaged, that's when we changed our name to Happily Everett after.
Yeah, so we did a big Q&A then, and then we were Disney cast members back then too, so there's a lot of fun stuff. But there's been a lot of fun stuff that we've done now since we moved, so we'll get into that. We'll kind of give you a little bit of story about ourselves, and then we'll answer some questions. Charles said, hello Mitchell and Amanda, good morning. We fly back to Boston yesterday afternoon from Florida. We already missed it. Oh no! the blues of leaving vacation, especially at Disney.
Day after vacation's always sad.
It's the worst. It is literally the worst. Did you have a good time though? What all did you do? What was your favorite thing you did? I know you were talking about, I think, if I remember, you were going to get a lightsaber, or you were returning your lightsaber, something like that. So let us know how everything went.
I'm gonna get get socks. My feet are
You
cold.
go, okay, you go get socks. You got your socks?
Yeah.
You got stormtrooper socks? Not even fuzzy socks.
No.
Wow. Okay. All right. Well, we'll go ahead and there's Charles. Yeah, Splash Mountain at the end of Happily Ever After. Great choice. Absolute great choice. Being able to see the fireworks from Splash or just being able to get through the line really quickly is great. We'll go ahead and start. We'll tell you a little bit about ourselves and how we met. If there's anyone there that's joining us that haven't got to know us that well. So, when we start?
Yeah.
Okay. So. We actually started dating back in 2012. It was March.
April.
It was April. Your birthday's in March. Yeah, I always mix them around. I mixed her birthday with our dating anniversary, but at least I got one of the dates.
Yeah, one of them right.
So we actually met through the Disney College Program Facebook group. We were both applying for the spring semester of 2013 to go down there. And we met through there, and after, what was it, about a month and a half of talking and all that, I came up there to see you.
Month and a half about.
Yeah. She lived in New Jersey, and I lived in Tennessee at the time, so I drove all the way up to Tennessee just to see her. Or all the way up from New Jersey just to see her. From Tennessee up to New Jersey.
You can't talk today, can you?
Nope, it's going to be one of those.
Good for a live vlog.
It's great for a live vlog. Yeah.
And then after he did the college program and I didn't end up getting accepted, he finished it up, came back to school here in Tennessee, and I moved down to Tennessee, and then that's kind of it. So we went to the same college, graduated together, moved in together, and then we moved down to Florida. And I became a cast member then. He stayed on seasonally with the company, so you were a cast member for 7 years?
Yeah, 7 years. Well,
7 years.
7 years. It was a long journey. It was a fun journey.
Yeah.
You got to do a lot of things. So, talk a little bit about your Disney career.
Yeah. So I started with monorails. Wasn't my favorite position, but it was a good experience. Got to do a lot. Got to drive a monorail. Well, all of the monorails. I think I did drive all the monorails.
I think you did.
I probably did. Yeah. I definitely did.
Yeah, I was gonna say you were there you drove for a while. You had to have driven all of them.
So I drove all the monorails. Monorail Blue is my favorite. I have a special spot for Coral. Hate Monorail Yellow. Just in case anyone wanted to know how I feel with monorails. Monorail Green is where I passed my driving assessment.
Yeah. Tell your Monorail Yellow story that just not recently, but it was right before we moved back.
Where it broke down?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we got on it, and the pilot was one of my friends who would always mock me about Monorail Yellow, and he was driving Monorail Yellow. And we got on it, and I don't know, something like kind of didn't seem right, and we were getting some announcements, but it was like whatever. And we got around to the Poly, and he got out of the cab, and we were talking a little bit, and he was like, I kind of got like an error on the screen, like I don't know what's gonna happen. And then we got around to the Floridian, and everyone had to get off the train. It was going back to shop. And he said that the train was running perfect all day long until I got on it, and then we only made it 2 stops. So that was that with Monorail Yellow. She doesn't like me and I don't like her, so that's just what it is. After Monorails, I went to Star Tours. I was there for, I guess, over a year. Yeah, a little bit over a year. I was a trainer there, and I liked Star Tours. Yeah. It was fun. It was a really good attraction to work. Never really breaks down because there's 6 different cabins, so that was fun.
That's both good and bad as a cast member, right?
Yeah, it is good and bad. I mean, you don't really get a break, but the whole attraction, it's not really stressful to work. I really liked it. And then I got Test and Adjust for Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, so it's kind of where you work with the engineers and Imagineers and my ride team, like testing things and making sure everything works properly for everyone to ride it. I was a coordinator of Test and Adjust as well, and then I opened Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway as a opening team trainer and coordinator. So that was that. That's how I left the company.
Yeah, so you did a lot.
Yeah.
And you know, where you got to tell the coolest fact about working at Mickey and Minnie's, because this is my favorite thing. Not, I don't know fact, but like the coolest thing you got to do.
When it was opening morning, I got there at 4:15 in the morning. I was the second opener, getting there at 4:15 in the morning, and we were about to open up the doors around 6:30, and I saw my leader, who was my friend, opening up the doors, and I asked if he needed help. And so I just kind of jumped in and helped open the doors, and then I kind of stepped back and realized like how big of a deal this is to physically be opening up the doors to the Chinese theater for the first time in 2 years.
Yeah.
To the public for Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway.
Yeah.
So that was really cool.
I remember because I was there as well. I dropped her off, and then I went and parked because I was going to be there for opening day.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sitting there. She just got to work, and I'm like, "Hey, there's already people lining up at the front. I think I'm going to get out and wait." The park didn't open up till what, like 8, maybe?
Oh, it was supposed to open up at 8.
8, yeah.
But we definitely opened up before 6:30.
Yeah. So I remember standing there, and she said, "Guess what I just did?"
Yeah.
Like I got a text, and guess what I just did? And I said, "What?" She said, "I opened the doors to the Chinese theater for the first time."
It was really cool.
It was, yeah. I'm sure that's something you'll never forget.
No.
Something I won't forget, and I didn't even do it. So, yeah, that's all your little Disney,
that.
yeah, your Disney history. And for me, I did the college program back in 2013. I went down there and I got attractions at Hollywood Studios on Sunset Boulevard. So I started off actually at Fantasmic. I was there for about a month or two, and then I got trained over at the Beauty and the Beast stage show. I was there for my training and never went back, thankfully. It's a great show. For those of you who like it, it's just too slow and too boring for me to work as an attraction. And then I got trained over at Rock and Roller Coaster about 3 months into my program, and never looked back. And I was at Rock and Roller Coaster the rest of my program all the way into August. And I was there, like I said, January to August of 2013. And so I did Rock and Roller Coaster. I loved it. Love Aerosmith. That's my favorite band, so it was a match made in heaven. And I also like getting into the theme there. Not many cast members do, but I try to really get into it and have fun with it. And then, we came back to Tennessee. Well, you moved to Tennessee. I came back to Tennessee.
Yeah.
And we finished our college degrees. And then in 2017, we moved down there. And in between, I stayed seasonal with the company. And it wasn't just getting... So when you're seasonal with Disney, or at least how it was, you had to maintain 150 hours within a year. So it's not easy. It was easy for me because I loved going down there to work. I would get more than 150 hours, but to get 150 hours, you're looking at least close to a month of working to 40-hour weeks to get that. So every spring break, summer break, fall break, winter break, any kind of long extended weekend, we traveled down there.
Mm-hmm.
And
you couldn't go 6 months without working.
That's true. So I had to, if I worked in January, I'd have to come back in June to work, because if I went out of that 6 month range, then they'd have to kind of, in a way, retrain me. And they have the option of choosing to not retrain you and just
not do it.
Yeah.
So that was the most difficult one for us, really, was because school would start kind of like mid to end of January. And then, we would get out in May, but, sometimes we'd go on a family vacation in June, and he would work after that.
Yeah.
But we would have to either get there early or push the family vacation back super early, so that way he can go, at least work one shift, and then be with the family the rest of the time. And then you would just stay down there.
Yeah. Then
for the summer, he would stay down for like about a month and a half, and I would usually go back to New Jersey until we came back for school.
Yeah, so... It was a fun time in a way, but there's a lot of challenges that came with it, of course.
Yeah.
And then, so 2017, we both moved down there. We decided that's what we wanted to do, and we wanted to have a career with Disney, so we did. And like Amanda said, she got monorails. I went back to the same spot. I stayed at Rock and Roller Coaster. That's just how it works. If you're seasonal, back then, you stayed at the place you're at, whether it's an attraction or quick service, whether, whatever it may be. Now, it's like, if you apply for seasonal, I don't know since the pandemic's happened, but pre-pandemic, you would apply for seasonal, and there's a chance that you could get just another location, and you'd have to like be available for like 30 days or something like that. So it wasn't as easy to be seasonal. Like when I did it at the end of my program, I just told my manager, he's like, okay, you're seasonal, just
Yeah.
make sure you come back and get your hours, and that was it. There was nothing I had to sign or do, but yeah. So I went back to Rock Roller Coaster. I was there for a little while. I was a trainer. I coordinated the attraction, and then I also gave tours, like behind the scene tours, which was a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, I did that for Star Tours too.
Oh, yeah.
I was a tour guide as well.
I forgot about
It's
that.
just cast member tours.
Yeah.
Like because it'd be like what was it called?
Behind
Behind the Magic.
Behind the Magic? No, is that the? I feel like
Yeah,
is
maybe
that
that is.
what is it?
I don't know.
Backstage Magic.
Backstage Magic.
There we go.
So like you could like win like a raffle kind of to get into it, or your location could sort of switch off. Like Rock and Roller Coaster and Star Tours, you know, cast members from Star Tours could tour Rock and Roller Coaster, and cast members from Rock and Roller Coaster could tour Star Tours. It was really cool. I actually really liked the Star Tours one. I learned so much information.
Yeah.
So I mean, Star Tours alone.
There's a lot.
There's a lot. Star Wars has so much history and such a big fan base behind it that when they built this ride, they totally knew that. And
Yeah.
like, there's so many hidden things in there, like the pipes in the queue with the Star Speeder. They're cool.
Yeah.
They've got names and dates on them.
Yeah.
And it's really cool. You might see Harrison Ford's initials and it says Indy next to his.
Yeah, that's
And
cool.
his birthday. So, fun fact is George Lucas's is hidden because he doesn't want people to know his birthday.
But I know where it is.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, a lot of cool things. I'm trying to think of some of the cool things. I learned a lot as well through mine, and I'm trying to think of some good ones here, but it's just not popping up. I mean, I do know that.
There's some dates like on the signs and everything.
Yeah, and you got the signs that are in Hollywood. It's so basically the route you're taking is from the Forum or from the Imagineering building all the way to the Forum in California. So when you leave that recording studio, you're leaving what would be the Imagineering building, which is 1402 Flower Street, 1401.
1401. That's why Star Tours is named Flight 1401.
Yeah.
Because of 1401 Flower Street.
So you're leaving there, and to get to the Forum from there, those signs that you would pass is what you see on Rock Roller Coaster. So that's pretty cool.
Those are pretty cool.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's a big donut.
That you go through the highway goes to the big donut.
Well, I mean, I wonder if you see a big donut.
Yeah, you probably do. I mean, you probably do. They got a lot of their stuff from it. And originally, the ride was supposed to have these big like skyscrapers below you and stuff, and like the city below you. But they realized that you're going to be going by so fast
Yeah.
that
You don't even notice.
you don't even know. So that's why they painted it on
Hardly
the ground.
notice the big donut.
Yeah, basically. The lighting now, it's like, it needs some love. Rock Roller Coaster needs some love. But yeah, I did all that, and then I got trained at Tower of Terror, which was by far my favorite. I just love getting into character. I love being a bellhop, and I'm actually a bellhop now, which we'll get into in a little bit.
That's true. That's true.
I went from playing a bellhop to actually being one and managing.
I feel like I've had that realization like once before, and then I just kind of forgot about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, weird.
The God said, "Yeah, you like being a bellhop? Okay, I got one later in life for you." And I love Tower. I loved it so much. To get to play a character, and you get to have so much fun with it. You kind of, create the story about yourself. If you really want to get into a lot, there's some cast members who, they're not as comfortable with it. It's not necessarily that they don't want to; they're just not as comfortable. But you can create a story and about your character and who you are, and just really get into the overall theming.
Yeah.
And I loved it. I loved being just so creepy, vibing, so smiling.
It's one of the most heavily themed attractions.
It
really.
is.
That and the Haunted Mansion.
Yeah.
So you can really just jump into it if you want to, or if you're just having a bad day, you're also a character because.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. It's pretty easy. Pretty easy either way. That building is crazy. There's so many corridors here and there to get to places and stuff. The coolest thing I got to see, there's a lot of cool things. the fifth dimension was really cool and how it works and seeing all that. And then the corridor where you see like how the room just goes back and you see the little window that eventually lights up and then shatters. I've stepped up into there, like crawled up in there, so that's cool because it's like a forced perspective view of it, and it shrinks. But there's a part in one of we can take the elevator up the real service elevator, and you can open this little hatch and you can see out of the building, and you can see all the studios. So really cool. But then so then I did that, and then I went and did a test and just at Galaxy's Edge. So like Amanda's saying, we worked with Imagineers, ride team, engineers to help build these rides, and not build them, but bring them to life. We did all the testing as far as like the attraction movement goes.
Yeah, I mean, I know with most of us, it's basically the same thing. You're either guarding the door and making sure an electrician doesn't accidentally walk out onto the ride path, or you're making sure a button works, or does that light up when it's supposed to. It was a lot of cool things. It was different. You never knew what you were coming into. You would come in one day and maybe they'd be cycling. You'd come in another day and they're like, nope, we're testing the chargers. And you come in another day and it's just, oh, sorry, the show team has to work on something. So we're going to be doing some programming over here. Have fun.
Yeah.
So you really never knew. But, for Mickey and Minnie's, my team was so small. And I was, I made a lot of really close friends in high places there. Which sounds like braggy, but like I made a lot of friends, a lot of engineers, a lot of programmers, Imagineers, blah blah blah, whatever, and leaders and everything in my area that I got to do a lot of cool things and explore the building, and it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed my time at Test and Adjust. It was my favorite role I've ever held was Test and Adjust for Runaway Railway.
Yeah, I remember like how much you enjoyed it every day when you came home.
Yeah.
One thing about it too is like about Test and Just is it's so different than what you would expect. Like the first thought, at least when I thought, it's like, oh, you get to see all this behind the scenes, like you get to test the stuff. But it depends how early on in the attraction you get there. Like for me, I was part of the first group that they pulled. There were 30 of us in total.
So you just sat in a dirt pile, basically.
Basically, yeah. So we started at Smuggler's Run, and the building wasn't even completed on the outside, and the stuff on the inside, like. I don't want to give too much away if you don't know about the ride, but basically, let's just say the Falcon on the inside, that Falcon is not in place. The vehicle is not in place, and they're putting it in, and it's just such a different environment. It's just so different. And when I got there, because of that stage, I thought about it. It was so hot because there's no AC. You're just outside in the heat. You have on a vest. You have on a red, was it long sleeve shirts? I think it was. No, short sleeve. But you had khaki pants. You had boots on, steel-toed boots, and you had a hard hat, and you had glasses. Mm-hmm. So it's hot. It's
you're all
really
geared
hot.
up.
Yeah, and you're sitting
and
there.
And a radio. You always had to have a walkie-talkie radio.
Yeah.
On you.
Yeah, and so at first it's just like, man, it was just letting people in and out of doors and like making sure they had the right credentials to go into certain doors. I was like, man, I don't know if I want to do this, but one of my friends told me just stick it out, it'll get better, and so I did, and of course it got a lot better. About a month and a half after, maybe 2 months, we went to Rise of Resistance, and then I was there basically the rest of the time, and that's where I got to work on a lot of the ride. I did stuff with Smuggler's Run. I went back and forth. I was part of a small few who got to do both attractions. Because at first it kind of split everyone up and said, okay, you're over here. But part of the first 30, there were like 6 or 7 of us, we got to bounce back and forth and help out. But I mostly spent my time at Rise. And then later at the end of my time at Rise, I worked with the ITS. So again, I don't want to give too much away about the ride for those of you who haven't ridden it. But there's a cool spaceship on the ride. And if you have ridden it, you know what I'm talking about. And I worked from the start to almost the finish of that, and really got involved with that. So that's kind of my baby, and Rise is my baby. But yeah, and then and I forgot one thing. I forgot where I ended my career. Right as soon as Galaxy's Edge opened, Right before it, I went to the Disney Vacation Club. I was just at the time I was trying to advance with Disney and grow and become a leader. And as much as I wanted to be there and open the rides and all that, I mean, I spent over a year and a half, or about a year on those attractions. I really wanted to see it come to fruition, but at the same time, I knew if I stayed there, I wouldn't really grow for a while because there's just so much with opening a new attraction, and you just got to do what you got to do. But I wanted to continue to grow and grow faster.
You technically opened Smugglers.
I did open Smugglers. That's
and
true.
And you trained some cast members to work Smugglers.
Yeah. So fun fact, this was they literally. So I put in to be a trainer, of course, at Rise, which I got. But they were like, so we also want you to be a trainer at Smugglers Run, and I was like, okay. I haven't been over there in a while, and they're like, okay, we'll get you over there like a couple shifts, and then you're going to be training. I got like 2 shifts to learn the entire building. So last time I worked at Smugglers Run was like early on in the project. Like as soon as we started kind of testing some of the movement of the vehicles, and that was it. And then I was at Rise the rest of the time. And then when they completed Smugglers, and it was just full on testing, like things were in place, everything was looking like almost show ready, that's when they brought me back. And I was like, I don't even know how to navigate the building. I was like, there used to be no wall here. There used to be no door there. Where do I go? And they're like, you're going to be a great trainer. I'm like, that's great. I don't know what I'm teaching. And I didn't. And there was a couple of us that, again, were both attractions and got to be trainers. And we're like,
we kind of all worked together, though.
We did.
You had the operating guide to work off of.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it's not like there were guests in the building.
No.
So training when there are no guests in the building is impossibly difficult.
Yeah.
It's so hard. And you think it's easy because you don't have people, but you're learning these positions to put people on this attraction, right? Like the goal of working attractions is to get people on your ride, not to just push buttons endlessly. So, I mean, we knew how to push buttons, but we didn't know how to group, how many people go in, we had guesses, how many people went in X amount of area, but timing, people walking out, everything. Yeah. Everything. So it's impossibly difficult to train on a brand new attraction when there's no guests in the building.
Yes.
Opening team cast members for whatever attraction or whatever have a lot of patience.
Yeah, that's true. And for those of you who do know about Smugglers Run, the most difficult thing for me to train was when you get your pass, you find out what position you're going to be in the Falcon, and then you send them on your way, and then when you get into the Falcon and then they're like, okay, team, blue, whatever, that whole setup wasn't really working well when we were training. And they're like trying to get it fixed, and we're trying to explain it, the managers are trying to explain it, like how it works, and we're like, we didn't know, and we didn't have any guests in the building. And then finally, when we started doing previews and I was training, it was a lot easier to do it then.
Yeah.
But again,
previews are also a really big help.
They are. But, again, I had a great team there. We all worked together to really train well. And I'll say we gave our trainees really good information. We set them up well. Not as well as I'd like to do. I'm kind of a perfectionist.
I don't think you can with a brand new attraction. You just don't know.
Yeah.
There's just no telling what's going to happen. A lot of training for older attractions, little bits and pieces, and you can tell people little things to help them out because of how you were taught and because the attraction's been open for a while.
Yeah. Yeah.
Training was fun. It wasn't my favorite thing ever. I liked coordinating a lot better, but I really liked test and adjust.
Yeah, you did. But yeah, I'll finish it up. Disney Vacation Club, I worked at the preview centers. So if you're not familiar with the Disney Vacation Club, it's like Disney's version of timeshare, but 1,000 times better and more valuable. And with the preview centers, basically what we did is, if you've ever been to Disney Park and you see those little kiosks around, those cast members will tell you a little bit about the Vacation Club and try to get you to come on a tour to learn more. And when you do choose to tour, then you come to my location, and then that's where my team would take care of you. So we'd set you up with a tour guide. If there was incentives at the time, we'd give you your incentives. We'd fix your transportation. We'd take care of all your information while you're there.
Kind of the check in and check out is what your team kind of did.
Basically, yeah.
Of the previews.
Yeah.
Because you didn't sell it, but you weren't the people in the park grabbing it. You were sort of
the middleman, the fun middleman.
Yeah.
I worked at hotel-wise. I worked at
everywhere.
Yeah, Boardwalk, at Animal Kingdom Lodge, Kidani Village. I think it was Kidani Village. At Polynesian when we had that one. Saratoga, which was our main preview site. Riviera when that opened. And I know when, hold on.
Copper Creek.
Copper Creek, one of my favorite. I always forget it because I'm so sad about it. Copper Creek, I loved Copper Creek. And it was just, I love to go and work there and go into Wilderness Lodge and boom, you smell the wood and the pine and then, we get to work. But, man, yeah, Copper Creek, thank you. All right, so that's my time at DVC. Before we move forward to our time in Tennessee, we'll go and answer some of the things that you guys have been talking about on here because we've been talking for a while. So let's go on here and catch up. So back to Charles. He was telling us about his recent Disney World trip, and he said Monday they went to Hollywood Studios, bought a lightsaber, brought the lightsaber from the last time. They did replace. Wow, they did replace the chassis of No Charge. And Tiffany made her first lightsaber. Ooh, that's awesome. And the favorite ride, of course, Towering Coaster. So that's great. And then, let's see, what else? Again, Charles. Okay, also we decided to go on Amanda's ride, Mickey and Minnie's. And this time didn't see Mulligan. Then we saw Caesar at the end of the tower. There you go, Caesar at the end of the tower. That is absolutely perfect. Did you say hi to Caesar?
I don't look at Caesar every time.
You got to say hi to Caesar. It's bad luck.
Mm.
Okay, fun fact. So at Tower in the morning, cast members, you come in, you say hi to Caesar for good luck, or
I don't say hi to Caesar.
he'll
I don't look at
ravage.
Caesar. It scares me.
He's just a doll. Every time we ride, I go look, and then she's like no, and then he turned his head and she goes stop. Oh man, but yeah, loved Caesar. If I could have a Caesar doll in my house, if you guys can find the exact replica of Caesar, let me know. Pass it along. I'll just put it, just to wake you up in the morning. I'll get under the bed.
It'll be donated
and
to the garbage.
I'm Caesar, wake up.
Yeah, okay. You won't even wake up before me.
I know, that's true.
You sleep in too late.
Carl's Up Adventure. Hey, how's it going?
Hi.
Anthony, hi. And then Carl, let me see. Oh, you're standing. Gotcha. Battling the Stampede at the World of Disney for the 50th merch.
You're brave.
Yeah, you are brave. Is there anything good? Because I feel like...
They brought out one of the Spirit jerseys and that cup that you wanted.
What?
Sparkly.
Oh, really? Yeah. That's
a lot
cool.
of the blue merchandise is out. Not a lot of the other stuff.
Well, I want stuff. So
I'm surprised it came out so early.
Yeah, me too. But man, this is what this is part of some of the things I miss about working there is when there's it's good and bad. Because when all the new merch would come out, we'd be like, okay, let's go get it.
And spend a lot of money.
We'd spend a lot of money. So that was a bad thing, but I miss being able to get brand new merch.
I'm still trying to decide what Spirit jerseys I'm going to get.
Oh gosh.
I definitely want the pink sparkly one, obviously. Has there ever been anything more Amanda?
Yeah. Well, you were lucky because right before we left, when Disney World came back, they were offering cast members 40% off.
50.
Oh yeah, it was 50. It was 50%. So I told you could get 2 Spirit jerseys.
I did.
Yeah. So.
What else did I get? Got Hoth.
You got Hoth and you got
Christmas.
was it the Christmas one? I thought was it the black one?
No, the black one was before that.
Oh, but yeah. They saw most of the stuff. The coffee mug was gone. Dang it, Carl, get me one. Find it. Go steal it off of someone's basket. I want to take this. Thank you.
Need it.
I do need it. Let me know. Let me know when you find it again.
Did you get anything good, Carl? Let us know.
Yeah, let us. Hopefully you got something good. Yeah, man. The merch though.
There's a lot though.
There is a lot, and they keep showing more. I like the retro stuff. So far, some of the stuff that we've seen, I really like the retro stuff the most. I think that's cool.
I just want the Spirit jerseys.
Yeah.
And the gold and white sparkly ears. Those are so pretty.
See, here's the issue that I have coming up. And if you guys watched our Disney planning vlog, oh no, Hannah, no,
yeah, we should. We need to get one of each. One of each.
No, I don't think so,
I can't
Hannah.
decide. So I don't love the blue one, but I feel like I need it because it's
It's a
the
50,
big
yeah.
50th one. But the pink sparkly one is just me. And then I don't even know what the other one is, but I need the other one.
You better.
I know there's 3.
You better work overtime.
I can't.
Yeah, so going back to our Disney plans, we have Epcot for the 1st, October 1st. We leave that afternoon, but we really want to do Ratatouille ride, and I don't know if we're going to do, it looks like they have all these previews set up, so there might not be a soft opening for us to get to.
Yeah.
But I really want to be at Magic Kingdom for October 1st to say, like, I was there, and also for the limited merchandise.
But the issue is, it's park passes.
Yeah, and that too. So even
we won't be able to, because even if we do a soft opening of Ratatouille,
trying to change.
do you think 3 days before Magic Kingdom has its 50th, there's going to be, how many of us are going? 13 spots for all of us to get to Magic Kingdom? Don't even be 2.
Yeah.
I can guarantee.
I know. But if you guys are there for opening day of Magic Kingdom, please let us know.
It opened 50 years ago.
No, dang it. The 50th anniversary on October 1st. Let us know, and I'll send you some cash.
I don't think the merchandise is going to be that limited. Considering they're coming out with it now.
Well, I feel like this stuff they're coming out with is like all season, but I feel like they might have like October 1st, 2021, 50th, like something like specific to the
Well, you
day.
can get Epcot 40th stuff.
I know.
They
That's true.
haven't
Well, I'll
even
switch with you
released
guys.
Any Epcot 40th stuff yet.
That's
Okay.
true. No, maybe they don't want to overshadow. I don't know.
Maybe.
So if you guys are not going,
Well, I
to
mean, I
Epcot-
guess it's a celebration of Walt Disney World as a whole.
Yeah.
But how could you not do anything? I mean, they have to do something for Epcot.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll get a little something, right?
Maybe a little something.
Well, maybe some merchandise, but maybe not like big signs
Yeah.
and stuff.
So Hannah said that the guys get the lightsabers, so we get all the spirit jerseys.
I don't think that's fair.
I mean, really, it's gonna almost add up to be even. The spirit jerseys will be a little more, but we'll be getting discounts on all of them
Yeah,
for
that's true.
TVC.
Yeah, we won't get discounts on lightsabers,
We'll get a discount
unfortunately.
lightsaber.
Yeah. Carl said, "Wife got the spirit jersey. I grabbed the shirt, and we got the pins."
The
Did
pins
you-
are cute.
Yeah, what shirt did you get? Like, did you get a retro shirt, or was it one of the new like 50th shirts? Because I'm interested in knowing that. Anthony asked, "Do you think Mickey's Not So Scary will return?" I'm gonna honestly say, and I have no idea. Like,
Not this year.
no, not this year. It'll definitely be next year. That's
Yeah.
I think. So far, what it seems like, I mean, people are paying for this Boo Bash, right? So like Disney's making money, but
People don't like it.
people don't really like it. So people are spending this money and then they're getting there and then there's some complaints. So we may see some Boo Bash things next year, or Mickey's Not So Scary might be priced a little bit higher, which I definitely could see happening. But we'll get the full thing because they just announced yesterday for the, I forgot what they're calling this, the Christmas thing, the Very Merriest, or maybe that was last year. But now they've brought back fireworks for it. They're going to have, I think, 2 fireworks shows for it. And then they brought back the parade. So they've learned their lesson from the Boo Bash that you can't just
Yeah.
cheap out like this if you're going to, like, I know it's a ticketed event and it's less crowded and you get free food and stuff like that.
But the free food is just like popcorn and ice cream.
Yeah. But I think when you brand it, if it's just an after-hours event with a couple of little Halloween things, that's fine. But when you brand it as almost like a Halloween party,
It's not the same.
it's not the same. You get people excited, and it's like, no, this is just an
There's hardly any
after-hours.
entertainment.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really what people go there for.
Yeah.
I go there for the Sanderson sisters.
Oh my gosh. I hope that returns next year. I love that stage show.
Yeah.
All right. Hannah said, "You get the lightsaber, we get all the spirit
All of
jerseys."
them.
No, Hannah, unless
Yes.
you're paying for them.
No.
And Charles said, they upped the price on the saber, and now they're 200 and something. Yeah, they went up like $14 or $18 a piece. So, but I guess I was supposed to say, if you're spending
Considering
that
what
much,
it is already.
yeah, if you're spending that much already, that's like, whatever, a
Yeah.
couple of cents here and there. 179 per AP though. That's not. Yeah, that's crazy. So yeah. Let's get to a couple of questions that we have, and then we'll talk about some of our time in Tennessee, and then we'll follow it up with more questions, and then talk to you. Yes, Zach, yes, the yellow lightsaber crystal. We're trying to convince the girls to let us get a crystal on the side, because we're going to build the lightsabers, and we both really want like a yellow crystal, and the girls are saying no.
If
so.
you guys are allowed to get an extra crystal on top of building the lightsaber, then we will definitely get all 3 spirit jerseys.
All 3?
that's the deal.
I don't know if that's a deal.
That is the deal.
Zach and Harry, look, we just want one measly little crystal.
They're a lot of money.
Help us, please.
No.
We're poor.
No, you're fine.
We need the crystal. Yeah, because I'm going to build a lightsaber. And I've got to do it red for Amanda. That was a deal. She said, you can build one. You can spend $200 as long as you make it red.
Yep.
So that's fine, but I need the yellow crystal to replace afterwards. Hannah said we get extra ears. Okay, that's a lot cheaper than the spirit jersey. You guys can have extra ears.
Well, on top of the spirit jerseys.
Yeah. Well, wait, no.
Yeah. You just said yeah.
No. Carl said, Amanda, the 50th spirit jersey is pretty legit.
I know. Like, I feel like I like it, but then I don't. And then I'm going to get there and be like, oh my god, I need this, and I'm going to wear it every day.
Yeah.
I feel like, what? That's the other spirit jersey I got.
What?
Well, it was from Noelle. Noelle got me 2 extra spirit jerseys.
Yeah, Noelle's
She's my spirit jersey sugar mama.
I was about to say, she feeds your addiction.
She does. She got me the Captain America, the new Captain America one, which I was obsessed with. I'm still obsessed with it. It's beautiful.
It is a nice one.
And then I got a cast member exclusive Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway.
Yeah, that one I really like. That one's awesome. All right, so we'll get to some of these questions that you asked. Some were from Instagram and some were from YouTube. So we'll talk a little bit about these, and then we'll continue. So the first one we got was Jason and Claire. So hi guys, hopefully you're able to watch right now. They said, what do you think the new FastPass system will be? And P.S. we miss you guys. We miss you too.
We miss them so much.
It's been so long.
Yeah.
It's been, what, 3 years now? 2 years?
Yeah.
It seems like just yesterday we all went to Taco Bell together. Met Ashley and Emma as well.
That's
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah. So what do you think? What do you think the new FastPass system will be like?
I don't know. I haven't really read a lot about like what's been happening with it because I don't. It like bothers me to like speculate, kind of.
Yeah, you're not much into speculation or rumors.
Like the rumors.
You just like tell me the facts.
When it comes out, I'll just deal with what it is. I hope they don't do a paid system though. That would be really unfortunate. I really hope they just bring back whatever it is, FastPass Plus, and just let it be what it is because there was nothing wrong with it before.
Yeah. We've talked about this recently, our thoughts, and we've talked about what's going on over at Disneyland Paris. And some of the prices have come out, and one of them was like
crazy.
$19 to ride Tower of Terror.
Yeah.
I was like, no. I'd gladly wait in line. And then it's like, well, you might not have the chance to wait in line if it's busy. And it's like, dang, that's like...
That stinks. Like, what's the point of even going?
So my thought, here's what I think. I don't think we'll get that version. I think we're going to get a mix between that and maybe what Disneyland has with the Max Pass.
Oh, yeah, if we get Max Pass. I mean, because Max Pass is... Fast passes on top of Fast Pass Plus, basically.
Yeah,
like you pay for extra Fast Passes, which I'm about, because you also get your PhotoPass pictures.
Yeah.
So we used that 4 out of 5 days of our honeymoon, and we loved it.
Here's my thing, like, I'd be okay to do a Max Pass thing, like you pay for the whole day, and you get like your X amount of Fast Passes. So what you could do is limit what you can get prior to your vacation online. And of course, have some in the park, for guests who aren't able to do it online. Find that ratio. And then, if you want those extra ones and you want to spend that money for extra fast passes, then you can. But don't say that you can't get a fast pass for free. Don't take away that option for people who would just trying to make it there.
One of the perks of being at Disney, I mean, it costs so much to get into the parks to begin with. You shouldn't have to pay for fast passes.
Yeah. So that's what I hope will come. I kind of think something like that. I don't think we're going to get Disneyland Paris's version. I think we'll get something similar. We got some more questions on here.
We did see the Pink Castle.
Yes.
We were there when they were painting it. We just haven't seen the big crest and like some of the decorations on it, but we saw the Pink Castle.
So what are your thoughts on the castle the way it is? Like without like... If when the 50th's over and they take off the little like decorations, but if they kept the pink and the more royal blue, what are your thoughts? Do you like that?
I don't hate it. I like the grayish, whitish, and the blue a lot better. I don't hate the pink.
Yeah, I feel the same.
I mean, it's a castle. It's pretty. It's beautiful regardless.
Yeah.
It doesn't really affect my vacation.
Yeah, I feel the same. But I'm starting to lean towards after the 50th. I'd like to see it restored back to its white and blue versus the pinkish
I think
and
you have to wait a
royal
few
blue.
years for that.
It'll be a few years, yeah, definitely. But I'm okay. I still like it now. I still do. So the next question we got was from Rob Mitchell 20 on Instagram, and he says, "Do you miss working for Walt Disney World?" I think I do, but there's things like living here now and having family and friends that have made it worth it. But if we're talking about just work in general, like if I could have Disney here, then yeah, I mean, I miss it. There's a lot of things that's so different about working for Disney, and it's so different that I've realized now outside the company and working other places. I'm like, wow, like this is incredibly different.
Yeah.
But what I enjoyed the most about working for Disney is I felt like I was working for something just so much bigger than myself, and I was part of a story that of thousands and millions of these guests' lives, and you affect their vacations, and so that's what kept me going. So I do miss working there, but as far as like living there and working there, I mean I enjoy the weather, but I love having family here. I love having friends, and we're in a better situation here. And overall, we're actually better off right now where we are. So
I don't miss it.
yeah.
I didn't really enjoy being in guest-facing roles. I really had been applying since I got there to be in office-type positions because I know that that's what I'm supposed to be doing. I know that that's what I like. And I never got it, and it was getting frustrating, and there was just so many brick walls I kept hitting because the company employs so many people. So it just, unfortunately, wasn't for me. But I really like where I'm working now. I really like my position now. I'm in an office, and I get to work from home, and everything's great. I don't miss working for Disney. I miss the discounts, and I miss getting in the parks for free.
Yeah.
But that's the only thing I really miss, and I think I can get along without that.
Yeah. I will say, when you worked and did Mickey and Minnie's Test and Adjust.
Test and Adjust was
really,
nice. I really liked it.
It wasn't a career, essentially.
Yeah,
But
I couldn't do it for the rest of my life.
that's the thing is like for us, we were hoping to make careers out of Disney.
Yeah.
And while we enjoyed the attractions and doing stuff like that, we were wanting to excel and get further.
But you like being in guest-facing roles, and you're still in a guest-facing role now.
I'm a people guy.
Yeah.
I like making people laugh. I like talking, so I could do that. I was fine. But you're friendly. You like talking to people, but there's just something.
I don't want to be paid to talk to people.
Yeah, you don't want to have to have this constant communication. You like doing more. You like being the setup guy.
Mm-hmm.
You're the setup guy, and that's what you enjoy, and that's perfectly okay.
In the office, behind the scenes,
Yeah.
give me a computer and some paperwork, and that's what I like.
Yeah, she's the man behind the curtain, and I'm the dummy in front of it.
Yep. You said it.
Yeah, I know. I feel it. All right, let's get to some questions on here. Catch back up with our chat. Carl said it would be great if they just kept Fast Pass Plus as it was before. Worked just fine in my opinion.
Yep.
I agree.
Same.
Carl, I thought
they don't need to change it.
No, they don't need to change it. And I thought maybe we would get if they bring it back and start off with just what we used to have, and they might still do that. But now Bob Chapek was talking about how the Genie app is about to come out, in the near future, and I think with the Genie app, the whole new system will be brought together. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes, but I agree. You can just keep the old Fast Pass system. I don't like how many are given out. It can back up the Fast Pass lines, but
you have to slow that down.
But yeah, it's better than paying for it. I take that all day.
Well, because it's the Fast Pass plus disability access passes.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
So they really have to control how many they give out.
They do, exactly. Charles said, what version are you thinking, Mitchell? Mine is Power and Control, Tiffany made Peace and Justice. Okay, Charles, I'm going to be honest with you. The only thing I've looked up, and Zach and I did this, we looked at all the pieces to build a lightsaber. So don't tell us anything because we want to be surprised. But I don't think you can mix and match. I think it's like, if you choose Peace and Justice, here's what you have, or if you whatever. So if it's that, I think I was looking at Power and Control. Some of the stuff looked really cool, and I think Peace had a couple of cool things. So I think it's just going to be I'm going to make my decision based upon how cool I can make my lightsaber and what I like versus the ideas behind
How cool
it.
to look with a red blade.
Of course. Okay. Just when you're around, I'll search that crystal real quick. Okay.
We're not gonna get another crystal.
And then, Zach, we're gonna get the yellow crystal. And then
Alright, then we're gonna get 3 spirit jerseys.
oh my gosh. Tony, hi Tony. He said how was it living in Orlando? I like living in Orlando. If we take away again not having family, if we take away just living there, there's a lot of traffic. So especially where we were, it just blew up when we first moved there. So we lived in Davenport, which is right below the parks. And when we first moved there, we could take what was
Old Lake Wilson.
Old Lake Wilson. Ooh, I thought that was a road here, and I was like, I don't want to say that. Old Lake Wilson, all the way up to 192, and there was no traffic. And then, like a year later, it just was slammed all the time. And sometimes it was only 15 minutes to Hollywood Studios from where we lived. And there'd be times where it would take us an hour to get home. And
usually getting to work was no problem,
Yeah.
but an hour getting home was definitely accurate.
Yeah.
A lot of traffic, and there's no way around it. The only way around it is to go completely out of your way and then come back, which is still an hour out of your way.
Exactly. So you don't hit traffic, but the amount of time you would have waited in the traffic, you were driving the entire time. So that part I didn't like, but I enjoyed the palm trees. Summer was really hot, and if I'm being honest, it made it difficult to want to get outside and do anything. Like, thank goodness we didn't have a house there when we did, because I wouldn't have done any yard work because
Yeah.
it was blazing hot. But I did like I'm not so much of a seasons guy. I like fall,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not much winter. Like, I don't like the snow. But so winters were kind of fine for me. You didn't really care for Orlando.
I liked being like in the city. I'm
Having
glad
everything
we
close,
weren't
yeah.
in Orlando, but I liked being in a city where there was a lot of like different things around, really, really close.
Yeah.
Um,
You actually basically introduced that to me, and I love that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a city girl. I grew up in the
Yeah.
city, so having everything really close and a lot of different, like, diverse things. I mean, everywhere.
Yeah.
Food places, shops, whatever. It was a lot of fun, and we did explore a lot of different places when we were down there.
Yeah.
I hated the heat. Absolutely hated the heat.
For a girl who's always freezing.
I love being outside, though, and to not be able to just sit comfortably outside without sweating. Gross. Also, lizards, hate them. I have a bearded dragon, but
Yeah.
the little ones that I can't control, I hate them.
No, don't get
Especially
them
when they
around
would come in the house and now we would chase it. It wasn't.
Oh my gosh.
Wasn't fun. But
Oh my gosh, yeah.
you know, we have some lizards outside here, I guess, but they're few and far between.
Yeah.
I just didn't like it. I liked having everything close, but I'm okay being here. Everything being a little bit further. Having seasons.
Yeah, you're excited
Fall,
for fall.
winter.
We've already started fall here.
Spring is always
We
fun.
have a fall candle burning over here.
Yeah, we do. We have one from Target.
She wants to put out the decorations now, and I said, maybe September.
Fall decorations,
Yeah.
not Halloween.
Yeah. It's still hot outside. It is 86 degrees here.
Pumpkins.
Pumpkins. Yeah, okay. Maybe soon. So yeah, that's kind of how living in Orlando was.
I think we just read the same thing.
Yeah. Carl said, how's the transition to fall and Halloween coming along? Yeah.
So we're getting there. We're doing it. So we have our sweater weather scent in the car right now. We have fall day going right now. So we bought some little things. Well, for me to decorate my cubicle with at work.
Yeah.
For Halloween. And
We got some Halloween stuff, and we're gonna make some Halloween stuff.
oh yeah, so we got some pillows. We
Yeah.
got some fall pillows from
Yeah.
Walmart. They were super cheap. They were like $5 something, and they're
Yeah.
adorable. So we both picked out 2 for each couch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah. Are you referring to Hannah's message?
Hannah's.
Yeah, I saw
Crack
that.
me up.
All right, I'm not gonna skip you, Charles, but this just kind of goes with it. And Hannah said, "Never forget Mitchell's 12 months of perfect weather speech." So I gave a speech to them how I thought perfect weather
In the
was.
most, like, we were on the boat. We were on the boat with Trey and Katie and Zach and Hannah, and we were talking about weather and seasons for whatever reason. And Mitchell gave this whole 12-month speech about every month what the weather should be in his mind. And it was outrageous.
It was not outrageous.
Ridiculous.
It was perfect.
January was like 70 degrees.
Yes.
That's not perfect.
That is perfect.
No.
You don't need. Okay, I'll give you a little quick version
We
if
don't
I
need
can.
it.
If I can remember.
We
January to March, and I might be off, but
And this is quick?
yeah, January to, I'm gonna make it quick. January to March, about 70 degrees is fine. That's okay. Really, January, February, 70 degrees. March needs to be in the 80s. April,
Oh my god, 80s?
Low 80s, low 80s. June, July, August, 90s, low 90s. Don't hit that 100. I don't want to say that. Okay. September, back down to 80s. October, 80s, low 80s.
Hannah, I feel that. The face
November, 80s. December, 60s with an
80s
occasion.
in November? November. Thanksgiving, you want it to be 80 degrees, you can cook your turkey outside.
That sounds great to me. I could save on.
What was October? I was not listening. What was
80s.
October? No! You can't crunch on leaves when it's 80 degrees.
Okay, and then October 31st, it could be 65 degrees.
So what you want is Florida.
No, because in December, I said it can get down to 65. And
It
in
does
Florida,
get down to 60 something in December.
Well, it's true. And then on Christmas Day,
He
I
wants
want
it
it.
to snow.
I want it to snow.
But not bad
There you
enough
go.
where family can't get together.
Yeah, exactly. I think I actually just added some higher degrees of heat to my old speech I gave.
You did.
Because it sounds a lot harder than when I remember.
Yeah, because it wasn't Florida last time.
I think because I'm already starting to get sad that summer's coming to an end.
It's 80 something degrees out,
I
isn't
know.
it?
It is. So yeah, there. So going back to Charles. So is Madison still with Disney? And does she get through the DCP as well? So she is not. She actually moved back with us, and she did start with the Disney College program.
But then she went on to be a part-time employee.
Yeah. She started at Primeval World, Donorama, all
And then
that.
got trained at Dinosaur.
Gotcha. Yep.
And then she switched to Safari.
Yeah, and she loves
She
Safari.
was such a
She was good.
Safari driver.
If you want to see on our channel, we did a video where we filmed her Safari all the way around, and she's
It was
like,
really
she
cute.
says she hates that one and she didn't do a good job, but I thought she did
I
well.
thought it was
So,
really cute.
but yeah, she moved back with us. She missed home. She loves Disney just like us, but she's a home person. So she's back.
But I mean, your parents are DVC members, and so we go back.
We go back every year, which is a blessing, honestly. Let's see, Carl said, I cautiously support Mitchell with us. Thank you, Carl. I appreciate it. We might be the only ones. But, it's not terrible. It's just nice. All right, we'll go back to some questions we had. And we're going to go to Instagram again. We have, this is from Stephanie.wdw. She said, have either of you ever met anyone famous while working at Disney?
Yes, I think. I mean...
We'll put it this way, because we've seen tons of famous people, but have you talked to a famous person?
Well, depends what kind of famous you're talking about.
We'll go for it, whatever it is.
I mean, I've had many conversations with Kevin Rafferty. Are you okay?
Excuse me.
Being over there doesn't put you any further away from the camera.
I know. Sorry, I was like, I'm really bad at drinking. I was trying to go off camera and like pull it together, and then I just coughed and I was like, oh, it's not coming back together. Might as well give it up.
Alright, well you compose yourself over there.
Okay.
So, I mean, I've talked to Kevin Rafferty a lot. He signed the book that he wrote for me. We had a lot of conversations. I enjoyed speaking with him. But a lot of the things that I worked, celebrities didn't really come to. Monorails, none of them took monorails. And then Star Tours, I mean, they would really just kind of be walked in and get their own cabin, so there's no real interaction with us. And Mickey's, we had a lot of celebrities, but again, we took them in a side door, they got their own thing, and they loaded differently, so not really for me, unless you count Kevin Rafferty.
Yeah. Kevin Rafferty for me. It's one of my favorite Imagineers. And you did. I got to talk to him on the opening day. And he's just hanging out over there by the exit. It's crazy. It's like, this is such a famous Imagineer. He worked on Rock and Roller Coaster, Tower of Terror, Cars Land, Toy Story Mania, things like that. Tough to be a Bug. And people just walking right by him like, okay, well, it's whatever. And so that was awesome. I got to talk to him. Really genuine, nice guy. He knew my name. There was one time he asked you, what did he say? What did he say?
He came up behind me and tapped me on the back and was like, hey Amanda, and I was like, hey, how's it going? And he was, how's Mitchell doing? And
Kevin knows who I am.
me and my my friend who's my leader was like, oh my god, Mitchell is gonna like poop himself if we tell him that Kevin, just ask for him by name.
Yeah, basically.
And he did.
I love Kevin, and I'm so glad I got to meet him. For me, I've had several like celebrity interactions. I have talked to it's been mostly sports players that would come to Rock and Roller Coaster. Robin Lopez, basketball. Brooke Lopez, basketball, NBA, both of them. Obviously, they're big. They're big Disney fans. Tobias Harris, NBA. I've just spoke to all of them, said hi.
He's nice.
Yeah. Also, Chris Evans. I spoke a little bit to him, and his disguise in Disney is literally his disguise in Avengers.
Way to out him.
Yeah, I know. I mean, whatever. He comes in the ball cap and the dark glasses, and that's just like okay. And then I was a bodyguard for Taylor Swift, so she could come by backstage, and guests were trying to get to her, but didn't talk to her. I'm sure there's a couple others that I've talked to, but I'm just not remembering right now. But yeah, you just have to try to like maintain composure. Like for me, I don't get starstruck, so it doesn't bother me. But some people are, and you just have to make sure that you maintain that professionalism. Yeah. So yeah, we'll go back to some questions here real quick. Julie said, "I'm in upstate New York and I love seasons, but I would be happy to get rid of the snow and cold after the new year. Wanting to move south, we had a storm last year and it brought over 40 inches of snow."
Upstate New York gets like slammed with snow. I am envious, but then I'm not.
Julie, Tennessee might be a great state for you then. You get the 4 seasons, but it's not too hot, not too cold.
It just stays hotter for longer and gets hotter a little earlier, but we still get snow.
Yeah, still get snow, but not 40 inches. Oof, that's crazy. Let's see. Okay, is this Captain Josega? I cannot. How would you say that?
I don't know.
It says, "Do you think they'll ever fix the Disco Yeti?"
No.
I don't know.
No.
If Joe Rohde was still here.
In my opinion, no.
Yeah, if Joe Rohde was still with the company, maybe he
was
promised
with the company for years after it opened.
Yeah, but he promised like a year or two ago. He said it'll get fixed, and then he left. So I don't know. Well, it's not necessarily the Yeti that's broke. It's the bait. They could turn on the Yeti right now if they wanted to, but it's cracking
the foundation.
Yeah, so
a lot of people know that.
Yeah. So I don't know if they'll ever find a solution. But I'd love to see at least a little bit of movement come back to it. And then they also said that was one of my favorite rides. Rode it twice. Yeah, such a good ride. And Soren, great. Hey, Jason and Claire, how are you guys doing? I don't know if you just missed it, but we talked about one of your questions. So I hope you guys are doing well. Captain Chaos Saga. Okay, that makes sense. That's a lot different than what I was trying to say. Okay, going back to Instagram question. This is from, man, I should not be the one pronouncing names here. Pashi's World?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and they said, most overrated Disney restaurant and most underrated Disney restaurant.
Overrated. What do you think?
Let's start with underrated.
Underrated is Boma.
You think underrated is Boma?
Mm-hmm.
My underrated is Olivia's Cafe at Old Key West.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's my.
I like Olivia's being like a little like secret, like a little hidden gem though.
Yeah.
Like I don't want people to know about it.
I know, so don't go. It's terrible.
It's so bad.
So bad.
I do love Boma though. The food is so good and like it rotates a lot, so you never really know what you're getting. Breakfast is my favorite. Dinner is also fantastic. Really good dessert bar. I mean it's a buffet, but it's not just like typical Disney buffet food, which is what I like about it. But I'm picky. He's way more picky than I am, and we all come out like we're about to roll out of there. Like we come out
Boma.
so full every time. Boma's so good.
So good.
And they have pog juice.
Yeah, they do. They do. Okay, overrated. I just want to shout out what I think it is, even though I haven't been there in a while, and I'd probably say Cinderella's Royal Table. Because the food has never been that great there.
But when was the last time you went?
It's been a while. It's been a while.
Like over 10 years?
Close to it, I'd say. Yeah, probably
last
over 10
time I went
years.
was 2005. So I feel like I can't have an opinion on a restaurant that I haven't been to in like 13 years.
Yeah, I mean, I shouldn't have one on it. So what would you say then? What would be an overrated? It's hard. I don't know if I've experienced an overrated restaurant recently.
Crystal Palace.
Yeah, that's a decent one. We did that for breakfast.
Yeah, I mean, I've done it plenty of times in my life, and every time it's just kind of, it just is what it is.
Yeah.
It's not bad, it's not great. I don't know. Meh.
Yeah. So maybe that's the
I
answer.
don't hate it,
Yeah.
but I just think too many people try to get it, and it's not really that great.
Yeah. Okay. Another question on Instagram. I'm sorry if you guys are watching and I'm pronouncing this wrong. Just bear with me. I think this is. What would you say? I don't even. It might not even be a name. It might just be like a couple initials or something.
I don't know. Just say it.
It's
LLL Riz 16 or
Yeah.
LL Riz 16.
Yeah. It says I'm going on my honeymoon in Disneyland. What is a must do? What is a must do on a honeymoon in Disneyland?
This was our favorite question.
Yes,
We never get Disneyland questions and relating it to our honeymoon, which is literally like the best time in our life. Like we had such a good time there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. We really liked Disneyland.
Well, so yeah, what's your must do on a honeymoon?
Must do.
Make sure you spend a day at the pool or at least an hour at the pool
We
because
didn't at all.
we didn't go to the pool.
We tried.
Yeah.
A nice restaurant.
Yeah.
Like, pick somewhere that you're just like, if I go back here, I'm probably not gonna, spend the money to go back there again. And like, do something like super special, whether it's like a nice restaurant or a tour or like something that really makes it.
Yeah.
So like we did,
A Walk in Walt's Footsteps.
was our tour that we did.
Yeah.
Which I liked it. I'd like to do it again because the pictures we got in Walt's apartment were like really blurry.
Yeah.
And there were like 4 of them. They're all blurry. But our dinner that we had was at Carthay Circle. So it was really expensive because we both got steak.
Yeah.
It was really expensive. And, we got dessert and we got appetizers and we got drinks. We got champagne. So it was a really expensive but really nice meal. And it was like his dream to always eat at the Carthay Circle.
Yeah.
And we did it. It was good. We dressed up. We made like an event of it.
Yeah.
Like we went back from the parks a little bit early. We like rested up. We didn't nap. We didn't nap at all that vacation. We were just too excited.
Yeah.
I also remember leaving the park that day really, really hype on some cotton candy.
It was a thing of cotton candy. It was like shaped as a Christmas tree and it was that tall.
And it's peppermint flavored.
Yeah.
But we really, really enjoyed it. So, we left the park and we got some rest and then we got all dressed up, lipstick and, hair was done and you looked all good and we walked back to the park and we ate and it was so good. I really, really enjoyed the Carthay Circle. Of course there's always little things you can change, but that's something that always sticks out to us. And then we spent the rest of the evening just walking around and shopping. We didn't want to go on any rides, we didn't want to do anything crazy, but we just kind of slowed down and walked around and did shopping, and that was one of the most memorable nights for me.
Yeah. For me too.
It didn't even include any rides. We
Yeah.
ate and went shopping, and it was fantastic. You could do that anywhere.
But yeah, it's just.
But because it was Disneyland, it was so special.
So I have a couple of thoughts. A must do for me, I think, is a walk in Walt's footsteps. If you're a Disney fan, that is my ultimate must do out there.
But for a honeymoon or just for Disneyland?
Just for Disneyland. For a honeymoon, I agree with you. Get a nice restaurant. This is a side note. Stop at Carthay Circle. Eat there at night. Not Carthay Circle, but Carnation Cafe on Main Street on your left.
Oh, yeah.
That was my favorite restaurant. And it wasn't even a fancy restaurant, but
it was really fairly priced.
Fairly priced, and the food was delicious. We went at nighttime, and the parade was coming, and we sat
accidentally
outside.
Planned it for our reservation was the time the parade started, and we didn't even realize it.
Yeah. So.
And it was cold, but they had heaters outside. So
Yeah.
it was nice.
Okay, so it's not so much a must do. But just make sure on your honeymoon that you're taking time together and talking about your experience there together, and really just soak it in. Take a moment, sit on a bench, and just talk to each other about your wedding or your life together, and just bask in the moment of what you guys get to do together in that experience.
Yeah.
So that's kind of my thoughts. Next question is from Ashley and Emma. They said, "Who's the better Smugglers Run pilot?"
That's an easy. Pilot.
That is easy.
I was left pilot once, and it freaked me out so bad. I don't think. Okay, I would do it again, but I would enjoy it. I don't think. Because
Yeah.
he's very stressful.
Because I don't want to wreck. I want to get the perfect score. Do you want that? Look, you don't want to wreck the Millennium
If
Falcon.
you ever go on Smuggler's Run with Mitchell, you will know it's the most stressful experience of your whole life.
I'm yelling.
Because he's doing the pilot thing, he's doing good, but everyone else, he's like, "Are you firing your gun? Do you have a manual? Or you have an
I'm
automatic?
like, fix us.
You're not doing this right. Engineers, are you fixing? Are you pressing your buttons? Like,
I'm fine.
It's so stressful. I'm like, oh God, what did I do?
I'm one of those. We walk in there and we get buckled in and we turn to each other and we go, "Okay, Millennium Falcon on 3."
We've
And
never done that.
no, we haven't. But I wish we would. But you know, I'm just all about the camaraderie and like getting excited,
It's not
like
camaraderie.
yelling like,
You're yelling
"Watch
at
out!
everyone.
Watch out! There's look to your left!" And then I'm yelling at Zach because Zach he's got to work on his
Just
skills.
yells the
yeah,
whole time.
yeah. No, Zach, I know you're listening. Just to let you know, I'm still the better pilot. So work on your skills so we can do better next time. Just saying. Next question again from Ashley and Emma. We actually have 2 more from Ashley and Emma here. They said, if you started YouTube again from scratch, knowing all you know now, would you do anything differently? I think, I don't know, because from the beginning, we heard to always just be yourselves and not try to be someone else.
Yeah.
And that's what we've done. So we wouldn't really change anything like that. Would you have changed anything?
I think, like, what we film should have been different. Like, in the beginning, we were filming a lot of, like scenic stuff and a lot of, like, ride-throughs of, like, rides and everything. But, like, people don't want to see that. People want to see your vacation and how you do that and your family and everything.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and not like people don't want to see it, but, like, you know, if you want to look up a ride through Splash Mountain, you're not going to watch a family vacation vlog to see all of Splash Mountain.
Yeah.
You know, little clips here and there, but I think it's more about, like, who is on the trip and what's happening on the trip instead of, you know, here's 20 minutes of the fireworks for the 3rd night we've seen it in a row. You know?
Yeah, I think that's good because that's kind of what we did at first. We did a lot more scenic things.
Yeah.
I think also not necessarily YouTube, but just social media in general and really getting on top of it.
Yeah.
Because it's very hard to like get yourself out there and it's kind of word of mouth. I mean, we've been doing this since 2016. Is that right? Or
15.
15. So, and you know, we have so many great, you know, subscribers and great people. And honestly, we love all you guys. And the fact that you even get on here and join us with this or leave comments or watch in general has been absolutely amazing. And it's crazy to sit back and realize how many people actually care about you. Even though you're like, yeah, my life's, you know, boring, there's nothing special. And then people care. So I enjoy that.
Yeah.
So, all right, last question here, then we'll go back to the chat. And again, Ashley and Emma said, who have been the best people you have been to Oga's Cantina with? I suggest you guys, after this is over, go and watch our Oga's Cantina vlog with Ashley and Emma.
It was so funny.
It was so funny. We had my parents there.
I convinced his dad to try the fuzzy tauntaun.
This was the first time my parents went
and
to
then
Oga's.
his mom tried it afterwards, and we were all talking about our lips, and Mitchell's mom was like,
She kept doing this.
we were like, something going on over there? What's happening?
Yeah.
It was funny.
So it became a running joke.
Yeah.
We had a great time. That was the last time we got to see... No, it wasn't the last time we saw Ashley and Emma, but it's been a while with you guys as well. But yeah, so that was a lot of fun. Also, want to bring in the last experience we had with Zach and Hannah there as well. Because
where Hannah thought she was having an allergic reaction.
Yep, and she's looking, we're all like giggling, like, and she's like...
She's about to grab her
like, yeah, she's like, she's thinking she's having an allergic reaction. We're like, do you feel it? So, sorry, Hannah, but that was really funny. All right, back to the chat real quick.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick.
You go to the bathroom real quick. I'll catch up with the chat here. You said, Carl said, overrated is Teppan Ito's. I kind of agree with that. We went not too long ago, so that is a good one to talk about. The food was good, but the price for it was insane. So I would agree with you that's a good overrated. Jason and Claire said, you agree that Crystal Palace is meh. Yeah, we like the character interactions, you know, getting to see like Winnie the Pooh, Tigger, you know, Piglet, and Eeyore. But the food was just nothing to write home about, so it could leave it, you know, give or take. or give or leave it, whatever this phrase is. Angel Baby said, I love, let's see, I love Tepanino. I didn't like Tony's restaurant. It was overrated. The food was horrible. Now, well, that's what we heard about Tony's, and we had a different experience there last time we went, and it was during the pandemic.
Yeah.
And when Magic
It
Kingdom
was
opened.
good. I mean, the food. I mean, it's basic Italian food.
Yeah.
I don't really think Disney can do anything to like jazz it up that
Yeah.
much, but it was good.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say it was great, but
And
it was
we
good.
sat in like that like glass room, and
Yeah.
the cavalcades were going by, so we
That
had a
was
pretty good
nice.
experience. And our waiter
Yeah.
was kind of nice.
Yeah, he was really nice. Hannah said, y'all crashed us.
You did.
That was Zach, going back to the Millennium Falcon. That was Zach, and Zach said false, that he's a bad pilot. Do not listen to him. He was pretty bad. You can go back, you can watch the video for yourself,
God.
and you can see which pilot we were and can see where the mistakes are made. Definitely Zach. So Jason and Claire said, are you coming to the UK? We'd love to.
I'd love to.
One day we'd love to
Absolutely.
come back and, or not come
It's
back.
like in
but
our
over there.
plan.
Yeah.
We just don't really know when yet.
Yeah. So one day, guys, one day. All right, back to some Instagram questions. Carl from Carl's Up Adventure said, "What's one thing you missed? What if his name really wasn't Carl? And it's just like, yeah, Carl from Carl's Up Adventure. He's like, no, my name's Bob. I just thought that was cool, you know. But he says, what's one thing you miss about Florida aside from Disney? What do you miss about Florida?
Oh, the beaches. Because I grew up in New Jersey, and we always went to the beach. Tennessee is landlocked, and we have lakes with scary lake monsters in it. So, while I do get in the water, I just miss beaches, like beach towns. Like, I mean, we would always go to Clearwater, and then we would always try to pick somewhere different to eat. Yeah, it was just fun. I mean, I hated the heat, but it was good for the beach.
I have three that I can't pick. Well, beach was one of them, so it would have been four. Palm trees, the weather.
Palm trees.
Yeah, I love palm trees. I love to sit back and hear them blow in the wind.
Yeah.
But palm trees, the weather, and then all the attractions in Florida, like SeaWorld, Universal, Busch Gardens, going to the beach, or stuff on 192, or Kennedy Space Center. We had so much we could have.
We have a lot of stuff here. You have
oh,
the
yeah.
Great Smoky Mountains.
Yeah.
You have Dollywood. You have Splash Country.
Yeah.
You have everything down Pigeon Forge, all those attractions. It's
That's
just
true.
like 192.
That's true. I'll give
It
that.
is Carl, by the way.
It is Carl. Okay. Thank
Got your
goodness.
answer.
Okay, thank you, Carl. Also, Zach, I did not crash us. You can go back and watch the video as well. Yeah, St. Pete
St.
holds a
Pete.
special place in your heart with us too. I should have read that. Normally.
You butchered that.
I did. Yeah, I agree. St. Pete and Treasure Island. That was a great time. That was a great experience. All right, Instagram, back to Instagram, and then there is Battle Bridesmaid and they said Battle Braids. I'm like, why am I shouldn't be doing these names. She said, what made you be on YouTube? We just wanted to kind of document like our experiences in our life and our Disney experiences.
Yeah.
And we watched other vloggers and we're like, we want to kind of do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was there anything else that made you kind of do it, or was it just basically that?
Well, we would go and film anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. When will you go back to a Disney theme park?
We're going back soon.
Yeah.
In September.
In the fall.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to be there not too much longer. We're counting down the days. We're going to be there with my family. It'll be like a huge actual family vacation that we haven't got to do in years.
Yeah.
Because when we lived down there, we had to work and we'd only spend like a day or two with them. So excited for that. And that was from Kayla Surfer 808. And then Luisa Cavalos?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Said, what has been the experience, experience on living on a new place? So basically like living here, like moving here. So it's been really good. I mean, we've lived in Tennessee before when we went to school. Different area.
Yeah, we lived 2 hours away from here in Central Time. We're
Yeah.
in Eastern Time now. So I really like living here.
Yeah.
I like the seasons. I like family. I like friends. I like my new job. We're in a house, not in an apartment. We're renting a house, but it's just different. I really like it.
I'm back to basically where I grew up.
Yeah.
I'm just a couple of minutes away from my old house,
And my family's closer, so they're able to drive down a lot more frequently, which is nice.
so it's been nice. They also asked, when are you thinking of kids? We want to start a family soon, so hopefully in the near future. Don't have a date necessarily for that yet. Let's see, that might be. Oh, and then Angel Baby asked a couple questions on her YouTube. Said, "You guys like the show Once Upon a Time?"
I watched one episode, couldn't get into it.
Yeah,
it wasn't for me.
I wanted to, and I should have when I was younger, but I just never watched it. And then she said, "Can't wait. Do you guys?" Or she said, "Do you like the Twilight series and do you like Rugrats?"
Don't like Twilight. I like the Rugrats.
I agree with that. And
then I do
she
like
said,
Pretty Little Liars.
Yeah, do you like?
So I got into Pretty Little Liars very, very late. I started watching when we moved to Florida because I didn't have a job with Disney yet, but Mitchell did. So I watched a lot of shows, and I watched Pretty Little Liars, and then I watched the sequel show to it.
Yeah.
And I liked that one too.
All right. Let's see. Back to our chat real quick. Jason Clare said, "I have to go pick Jason up from work. I'll speak to you soon." Okay. Send your address. They have something important to send you. Thanks, guys. We'll get back to you soon. Carl said, hard-hitting question. Woo. Okay, I'm ready. What's the best strategy to get a selfie with you guys in September? $300.
Oh my God! Please,
and
just message
a
us.
lightsaber.
We'll talk to you.
And a lightsaber. and 3 Spirit jerseys for Amanda.
You're asking a whole lot. You're asking a whole lot.
No, yeah, just message us, and then we'll definitely say hi, and see you guys to Jason and Claire. You guys have a good day. Yeah, so we'll kind of wrap it up with what we've been doing in Tennessee, and then if you guys have any other questions, then we'll finish with that. Who's coming? Who's coming to the vlog?
It's Maui.
It's Maui. He's like,
he's probably
please.
gonna leave soon. I just woke him up from a nap, and I scared the poo poo out of him.
Oh.
Hi, good boy.
He's like, let me go, please. So yeah, when the pandemic hit, we were both furloughed for a couple of months, and then you were brought back in July or June. It was into June, wasn't it?
So the parks opened in July, but I was brought back 2 weeks before, so it was the very end of June.
Yeah. So you started working. I never got called back. My last day with Disney was actually before leaving were put on furlough because we had your family down for your birthday. We were celebrating your birthday.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like my last day was
the 11th.
I think so.
Of March.
I think so, or the 10th. Yeah, something like that was my last day working for Disney, and I never got called back. And then it was like September, and they called me, and it was very hard. You know, I had my manager, and he's like, I'm sorry, we're gonna have to lay you off. You know, Disney did right. They gave us severance packages. Mm-hmm. They paid us out until December. So
and he was still a member of the company until December, so he could still go to the parks and use discounts and everything that he normally would if he was working.
So I will say Disney handled it really well, at least for me. So I was happy with that. And we decided, we were like, well, Amanda, like I said, Amanda, you didn't really care about Florida. You want to be back with family. I was interested in being back with family as well.
Well, it was after we got married.
Yeah.
And, we're thinking about a family and everything, and so we just wanted to be close to family. And we decided on Tennessee. Yeah,
so we came back here. We did a couple of different things when we got back. I got a job as a training specialist with this company, and it was terrible. They hired me on, telling me this is what we want you to do, and I got there, and that is not what they wanted me to do at all. Yeah. I was basically teaching people how to use Excel, and it was completely work from home. Yeah. They hardly gave him any assignments, so he was doing nothing. But then he would get in trouble if he was doing nothing. So it was not good. It was bad. Luckily, it was contracted. So after the contract ended, we did not renew it. We just done. And then I went to work for a resort called the Riverstone up in Pigeon Forge, and I got hired on to be concierge up there. And they wanted me to create that position because they didn't have it. So I did that, and I got there, and they trained me at front desk, and they're like, "We'll get to it. We'll get to it eventually," and it never happened. So I was front desk the entire time I was up there for 2 months, I think, and it was alright, but not really for me. And then I'll stop there because it'll lead into your story. So yeah, so it was really hard for me to find a job when I first came back. I didn't start looking until after Christmas because I had been working at Disney all through the pandemic, and it was really, really hard. And Mitchell had some time off, which I was very envious of, but he came down here with a job.
So, or up here with a job. So that allowed me to kind of have some time to relax and sort of adjust. Because when we moved here, Noelle was here until like the 19th of December. And then we had Christmas. And then so I started looking for a job right after Christmas. And I got a job as a preschool teacher. I really didn't like it. It's not that I didn't like the kids. It's just my coworkers.
Yeah, you cried when you left it because of the kids. You just felt so bad leaving the kids.
Yeah, I felt bad leaving my babies. I taught little 2-year-olds. But yeah, it wasn't great. So then I had applied for a job with Dollywood, and I didn't really hear back. And then I heard back that I didn't get it, and then I got another email that was like, "We want to interview you for it." So I did that. I did a Zoom interview with I did a phone screen. I did a phone interview, and then I did an interview with 2 of the supervisors, 1 of the managers, and then I did another Zoom interview with the director of human resources, and then it was about 2 days later I got the call that they wanted me.
Yeah.
So it was really easy to leave the preschool job. It was actually the day that I left the preschool. The following day, I had my interview with the HR director, and then I heard back on Friday.
Yeah.
And then I started that next Tuesday.
And then you love it now.
I love it. Absolutely love it.
That's your favorite job you've done, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's exactly what I want to do. It's an office. It's work from home. I get my own cubicle. But it's not just like a boring 9 to 5 whatever tippy tappy job. My work week is always changed up, which I like. It's different. I do a lot of different things.
Yeah. So that's how I kind of got my job, because her best friend there, not best friend, but your coworker, was introducing. Aaron told you about this job that was open at Dollywood's Dreammore Resort, and asked if she could recruit me to it, and Amanda's like, "Yeah, go for it."
Mm-hmm.
So she told me about it, and I was very hesitant at first because so my role with Dollywood's Dreammore Resort is guest service supervisor, and basically what it covers, I'm over the Bell and Valet team that they have. So I'm the manager for that, and I can do some stuff at the front desk and help out. But when I first heard about it, the rate of pay was less than what I was already making, and I was just like, I don't know if this is for me. I don't know what I want to do.
But why is it less?
It's less because we make tips.
Yeah, it's a tipped position.
It is a tip position, so which really helps, which has been great. But yeah, so she started out, trying to get me into it, and I finally just, prayed about it, and I woke up the next day and I was like, okay, yep, I'm going to do this. This is what I'm going to do. I literally, I'm not joking, because I'm so back and forth.
You felt so calm and relaxed about it, so it was really good. So we've been liking working for Dollywood. It's a great company to work for. It really is.
Yeah.
We like it. The only downside is it's 50 minutes away from where we live right now.
Yeah.
But with me getting to work from home about 2 days a week, it's pretty good.
Yeah. So if you guys are thinking about moving to this area and you need a job, hit us up, because Amanda can get you one, and we have some openings at my job.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I went from playing a bellhop at Tower of Terror to being a bellhop and managing them at Dolly's Dreammore Resort.
Yeah.
So now we're here. We've been with family and friends, and it's been fantastic getting to see them every week.
Yeah.
Weekend, we always have plans set up, so it's been great. All right, so guys, go in the chat, ask us a couple more questions. We're about to end it soon, so go ahead and comment, and we'll answer some of the last questions, and then we'll end it here for the day.
Yeah.
But we'll go back to the chat real quick. And everyone said, Carl said Maui with a little heart face, and Hannah said my handsome boy. And now he's back over here sleeping where he was. He was like, do not disturb me. I'm trying to sleep and trying to relax.
I really disturbed him. When I went over there, he had a heart attack when I woke him up. I kind of felt bad.
Yeah, but he's okay. He's all cuddled up.
He's just sleeping.
A brand new couch where he's indented the top of it now, because he's like, oh, this is my spot. This is a perfect spot.
He's your favorite cousin. It's okay. I know the answer.
Oh yeah, that's sad.
It's Alice.
Carl said, how's your basketball shot improved? Carl,
he hasn't even been out there.
I haven't been out there in a while. Okay, I'm a pretty good basketball player.
When you got your new ball, I don't know if it was the pressure or what, but
well, I was half joking around. I was joking around at first, and then I was like, oh crap. And I was like, I gotta actually try to make one. And I kept shooting, and I was like, dang it. I had the pressure on me. But, Carl, why don't you come up to Tennessee sometime? We'll play some basketball, or maybe if we have some time in Florida, Zach and I like to play at Old Key West. We like to go to the courts and play basketball. Which, Zach, we got to do that this year. So I'm looking forward to beating your butt down
Me
there.
and Hannah will be the cheerleaders who just sit there and talk bad about you guys.
Yeah. So Carl, come on over and we'll play some basketball.
We can talk bad about you too.
Yeah, they can talk bad about you, Carl. Don't worry. Don't worry. They're good for that.
We keep them honest. Hannah's bringing the cantaloupe.
Oh my gosh.
It'll be good.
What did Hannah say to Zach the last time we were playing? I don't know. She said, "Wasn't that?" She said,
like, "You're doing great."
And she like,
wasn't that a travel?
Yeah.
Keeping them honest. Really.
Yeah. So come play with us. So yeah, if you're down, join us. But yeah, any more questions, guys? Go ahead, add some more to the chat. Hannah said, "Isn't that cheating?" Yeah, Hannah, you're right. I mean, that's why Zach was losing in the first place, though. So yeah. But yeah, while you guys are commenting and adding some more questions, I'll just say that I'm really looking forward to our fall vacation.
Me too.
We have some great reservations set up, and if you guys want to see more about our reservations, we just recently did a Disney vlog where we talked about it, and we talked about everything we had going on and stuff. So go check that out. But what are you most excited for? Like, if you had to think one thing this vacation coming up, what are you most excited for?
That I'm most excited to do or ride, or that I'm just excited for the vacation?
Let's do do, ride, and experience.
So I'm just most excited to be at the hotel. Like, be a resort guest and not have to work and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
To ride, I feel like Pirates. Pirates is just like such a classic, and it's always our first, which means like you're there.
Yeah.
But also the People Mover is back open.
Yes, so can't wait to do that.
In like 2 years or a year.
Yeah, it's been a while, so get to do People Mover.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me, I'm excited. I'm really excited for the hotel stay. It's been a while to just have a room, especially at Old Key West. Be, when you go in at night and it's freezing cold, you go in bed and again, I just the memory of like the sheets are all tucked in. And you're like about to like easily pull down the sheets. No, it's like it won't move.
Yeah, it's like super glued in there.
You're like putting your foot on it, like pulling it off, and then you get just like that much, just to kind of open the flap to hop in, and then you're sitting there tucked in, and it's cold, and you feel it, and then you turn on the Mickey Mouse shorts, and you just kind of fall asleep. So I'm looking forward to that. The ride I'm looking forward to is, I guess Ratatouille, since we'll hopefully get to experience that. That'll be the first one, but I'm really excited to go and do Mickey and Minnie's again and Rise.
How did I forget about that?
I don't know how you forgot about it. But
I love that ride.
Overall.
And we get to take Hannah on it for the first time.
Yeah, that's true. Hannah's going to be your first experience. And the favorite experience that I'm looking forward to, my best bro, Zach. We're going to build lightsabers together. It's like a childhood dream, really. Just getting to go with my best friend, my family, and just have that experience. And we get to have you and Hannah in there, too. Mm-hmm. So, like, it's just going to be a fun experience together. So that's mine. All right. So let's see what we have. Carl said, "I'm glad you guys are doing well." Not a question, just a statement. Glad you guys are doing well? Question mark? And Hannah said she's so excited for the hotel stay.
I am too, because we're all going to be roomies.
Yeah.
Sleepover.
Sleepover. All right. Yeah, so if you guys don't have anything else to add, I think that will be it for us today. And thank you all so much for joining us on this live vlog. And even when whoever's watching this after this is over, thank you for checking this out. If you stayed all the way through this, even now,
that's a long one.
That's a long one, an hour and a half, but we really appreciate it. And we're hoping to really try to grow our vlog, our channel more soon. We've been talking about some ideas and
different vlog series and just different things we're going to do.
Yeah, so tell your friends, tell your family, and just join us for our adventure together. Zach said he can't wait either. Bro, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be awesome. And thank you, Carla. You have a great rest of your weekend as well. And everyone else, have a great weekend. And we'll see you all next time.